But can you imagine being that organ donor? If
Cheney?
I
mean, I would never.
I would never do it. I would say, give me my heart back.
Freeze over.
Happy Monday. Here's what we're buzzing about at News Beast. Ramin, Allison, all-star crew.
Hi.
We got the new Mad Men debut, now publicly available. We got a little Dick Cheney with a new heart.
The news is that he has a heart, I think.
Oh, come on.
Ouch.
Hey, that's a little bit too much of a stand-up
Do you
line.
think?
And I'm gonna give him props, but we'll get to that later. And I'm talking healthcare SCOTUS, but let's start with Mad Men. What you got?
Mad Men, did you see the 9-hour season premiere last night?
I saw
It was
parts of
really long. It was good. I thought it was interesting, but I don't know if it needed to be so long. We had a bunch of really great videos on the site shot by Jacob Septimus with the cast. They all talked about, finding their characters, reading the pilot, January Jones, John Hamm, John Slattery. It's a lot of fun. Everybody should go. I don't know what camera I'm looking into, but everybody should go and watch them right now.
Watch our videos, don't watch the pilot. It's
Watch both.
We can watch both.
It's like getting an instant DVD version of season 5.
Season 5. Are you not a Mad Men fan?
I am a Mad Men fan, actually, and even more so after our issue, which I genuinely was proud of, and the premiere that we hosted, which was really fun.
The thing about Don Draper, though, I mean, we all love him so much, but he is so sleazy and horrible as a person if you really think about it. And what he did
John
to this
Hamm seems so endearingly goofy as a person.
Yeah,
as
totally.
a person, I mean, Don Draper,
He's
though,
like
I'm talking
two
about the
facial
character.
expressions.
What he did to his wife, he just got married again, and they were not getting along, and he's totally over her. He married his secretary, Megan, and they were fighting, and she was in her bra and panties cleaning their apartment.
Which,
and
by the way,
That's my problem with the show. I feel like
you don't watch the show,
doesn't
right?
happen as often as
That's
I'd
why
like.
I don't watch
That's
the
your
show.
problem with the show.
My
that you don't
problem
watch
with it is
Mad
this sort of, I
That was a
understand
joke.
the misogyny is implicit in some ways, but I think
Of course, that's one of the main themes of the show. But also, like, I don't
But I don't
care
have to
how
watch
sort of off somebody. I'm not sure about the passive-aggressive cleaning in
the underwear.
How
in your
long before
lingerie.
they split? Do you think they're going
That's
to
your
make it through the
department.
whole season? I think they're probably going to.
Couple episodes.
I thought she was going to actually be dead when he got home. Because when she just left and was like, I have to go home, I thought she was going to
I had that thought
be
too,
popping
actually.
pills and be on the floor.
All right, speaking of avoiding death, Dick Cheney, I mean, this is, first of all, let's just appreciate the miracle.
What are you going to
transplants.
appreciate, John? I'd love to hear.
I appreciate the fact that we can do heart transplants, A. B, this is a guy who, I mean, whatever you think of him politically, first of all, we wish him well and his family well. I want to make that clear. Second of all, this guy had his first heart attack at age 37. I mean, this is a guy who's
5
been-
heart attacks.
5 heart attacks later. This is a guy who was Chief of Staff of the United States at age 37. This is a guy who, has had a remarkable career with an incredibly bad ticker all the time.
And he's had an incredible amount of power throughout his
Yes, he has,
his life.
and a lot of pressure.
He's the
lot of
Meryl
power, a lot of
Streep of
pressure.
heart attacks.
I don't know what that means.
What? He has a heart attack every time Meryl Streep has an Oscar nomination. He has heart attacks all the time.
I think.
But can you imagine being that
Did
organ
he-
donor? I mean, it's such a difficult decision to say, I want to give my body to someone else after I'm dead.
To Dick
If
Cheney? I mean, I would never
I
give
would
my
never
heart
do
to
it. I
Dick
would say,
Cheney.
give me my
It would
heart
freeze
back.
over.
Exactly.
Did he cheat?
Did he cheat on what?
That's the
On-
thing.
on-
I don't know. They don't know who it is.
They don't, and that's
It's anonymous.
That's the beauty of America.
But I love that people. I love the people that are defending him. They're saying there's no way that he could skip the list. I mean, Dick Cheney can find ways to do whatever he wants.
Apparently, he
as we
waited
know.
longer than average for this.
Yeah,
How long
I,
did he
I
wait?
would say that he'd probably
The donor
71
registries
years?
are
more-
incredibly
more
difficult.
I think that's where he'd have a lot more credibility if he got his heart while he was VP. I mean, this guy clearly has been carrying around an external sort of.
And he has the battery-operated one,
Yeah.
which works but has to be replaced every so
Seriously,
often.
the ill will towards Dick Cheney getting a heart transplant is stunning.
He may be one of the most evil people.
Come on, that's just not true.
Is it not?
No, not even a little bit.
Who's
For me.
higher on your list of evil people?
Stalin?
He's not
Hitler?
alive. You have to go to dead people to find people that are more evil.
I'm
than
just
Dick
going for
Cheney.
the
I mean, that
obvious
you're
evil.
not
I'm
really.
just going for the obvious evil category. How about like every deposed dictator, the Assad family? I mean, to name Dick Cheney as one of the most evil people alive is just ridiculous.
This is
Newsbeast,
getting crazy.
Making life more bureaucratic, but more individuated at the
So
same
let's
time.
talk about healthcare.
Let's talk about healthcare. Speaking of individuation/bureaucracy, so talk about reality TV. 3 days of reality TV, Supreme Court, major hearings in an election year on the constitutionality of healthcare.
It's going to be riveting.
It is going to be riveting.
People are waiting
in its own
outside in
consequential
line.
way.
People are
Yes.
hiring people to wait in line for them to get in to hear these
That's
oral
so-
arguments.
It's not quite as bad as hiring someone to go to Civil War with you, but it seems lazy.
It's pretty lazy.
What are your?
Why
what
are
do
you
think
pointing
about
at
this?
me? Like,
I'm-
it's
I'm
your story.
I'm interested to hear what you think about this because you said you had thoughts on it.
I did. I think it's incredibly confusing, and I think we're not going to know until June, right?
That's true.
So we're gonna have
there
to
will be
wait.
no instant payoff.
There's no instant payoff. The story is like Congress
thing
itself.
sucks.
You have to wait so long to get a result for something that isn't going to even take effect for years from now. So this is really a story that
I like that they're reappropriating the word Obamacare, though. That's really interesting, right? So we have Axelrod sending an email to Obama supporters and saying, actually, we'd like this word back, please.
Okay.
We're gonna celebrate what may be one of the greatest achievements of this administration.
Okay,
perhaps.
but let's talk about the, that's all like spin and delayed gratification. Let's talk about the constitutionality of it, right? I mean, the specific question is whether the federal government can compel people to buy a product, whether or not the Obama administration made a mistake because they didn't want to get it called a tax. They thought it would hurt themselves politically. That may actually have created a constitutional problem for them.
Didn't they research this before they actually implemented it? It seems like if you were
It was
going
such
to
a
go
political battle, though.
so
I mean,
much effort of putting this into effect finally, you would make sure it was actually
Remember, this
legal.
was like just past the finish line. This was.
But I think, Eric Alterman in the piece online does a really good job of sort of pointing out that, I don't know, that the administration, they made a lot of concessions. They really wanted to pass it, and maybe it was sort of megalomaniacal a little bit to kind of just shoehorn.
The decision not to call it a tax for reasons of short-term political purposes might actually end up causing a long-term constitutional
The word
problem.
mandate has
It'll be
become
fascinating.
a horrible
And I'm
word.
fascinated by the fact that, of course, individual mandate was originally a conservative idea proposed by the Heritage Foundation.
What's your position? What's the court going to do?
I've been saying that we should have the Justice Kennedy watch. It's the only swing vote that matters. I mean, that's what we're going to be interested to see what questions in particular Kennedy gives.
I think it'll be upheld. I don't see how they can't.
That's right. That's right. But the other thing is that the Chief Justice doesn't like 5-4 decisions. So it's all going to be really fascinating to watch. This is genuinely high stakes stuff. And before we go, we have the newest Newsbeast progeny. David Wharton and his wife had a new baby, as yet unnamed. First, we want to say welcome to the world, and congratulations.
And you should be watching Beast TV if you aren't already.
And the world you grow up in will be one in which Beast TV has always existed.
Yes.
But as a result, we're also soliciting names on their behalf. So those of you who are dedicated Newsbeast
For Baby Boy
watchers,
Wharton.
Baby Boy Wharton needs a name. Let's do final word. Ramin.
Hunger Games.
That's
Which
fun.
we didn't even talk about, but it's a huge deal.
It is a huge deal.
Did you see it?
No, but I am
You
a
and
big
Margaret
Elizabeth
should
Banks
go
fan.
and see it tomorrow night.
Really?
I wonder what fraction of people waiting in the Hunger Games line were waiting outside to hear the oral arguments of the
I'm
Supreme
guessing
Court.
there is no overlap in that Venn diagram.
Probably not.
Allison.
Heart. My word's got to be heart.
Heartless.
Well, heart. The heart that I have that Dick Cheney now has
Okay.
to.
Not going to get
Sadly.
if he doesn't need.
Right.
I like that one. I like that. I'm going to go SCOTUS because it's a weird abbreviation you're going to be hearing a lot over the next 3 days. Supreme Court of the United States. That's all for us from Newsbeast. We'll see you tomorrow.
You always do words that nobody knows what they are.
There you go. I like to mix it up.